Hey friends, welcome back to the farm. It's a very weird harvest day. Weird in terms of weather. It's 10 a.m. We're a couple days after the summer solstice. It is 56 degrees outside and foggy. This is unusual June weather for us. It's cold. This kind of weather would be like, wow, it's a nice warm day in the wintertime. But in the summer, it's a little weird. Not necessarily complaining, except that things that love to grow in the heat really don't like this kind of weather. But we have a lot of beautiful things to harvest today. So that is why we are here. We're going to get our harvest done. And then we have a bunch of beautiful bouquets to make for our CSA, as well as another arrangement to make for the same woman who I made the big one for her aunt who was turning 100. She just ordered another one for a close friend. Not a big, huge arrangement, just a normal size, one of my normal large ones. Not the big one like we did the other day. But anyway, so yeah, it's going to be a lovely day out here. It's quiet. It is calm and peaceful. It's not hot. So it's a nice time to harvest. Before we start the harvest, I thought I would give you a little update on the corn and the pumpkins and winter squash. I came out here a couple days ago and ran the mower, and so all the weeds are down and you can actually see what's growing. But yeah, let's do a real quick review. So this is the corn crop. I am thrilled. It is so healthy. It has survived all of our windstorms. As you can see, we are starting to tassel. It's making that beautiful sound that corn makes in the wind. This makes me so happy. So I'm hoping that we'll get some beautiful ears of corn out of this that actually we get before the animals get. But yeah, so what happens is the tassels form, and then they, with the wind, they drop their pollen down into these crevices where the ears form. And each one of these little things here pollinates this is an ear forming right here. Each one of these will pollinate one of the silks on an ear of corn. So if you get a full ear of corn and all of the kernels are full, that means that all of those silks got pollinated. So when you get some that don't have much, or like they're kind of broken apart, that means not everything got pollinated. But yeah, super excited. Ooh, here's a really good example right here. There's a nice ear. It's so funny that this is wet because we have had no rain, but you can see all those silks. Those all get pollinated by not just this corn plant, but the ones around it. So this is why you can get cross-pollination if they don't tassel at different times. Okay, and then coming along here for pumpkins, this is abominable pumpkin, and you can see we've got a nice specimen right there. I am so happy about that. Got a couple other fruits on here. I'll be happy just to get one or two. So as long as nobody tries to munch on that, it should be fine and continue to grow. These are mashed potatoes squash. They are winter squashes. I tried growing these last year and did get a few, but then they got eaten by rats. And even if they don't get totally eaten, just the fact that they take chunks out of it makes it inedible. And so, yeah. Last year I also successfully grew some of these. These are black cat pumpkins. And one of them, the only one that survived, did have a chunk taken out of it. And what I did was I used bleach on that little chunk, and then I put Vaseline over it. And that actually, I mean, we didn't eat that pumpkin, but it actually made the pumpkin last. I was able to use it as fall decor it lasted for like 3 months. So that little trick actually did work. And here we have some Casparita. Over here, this hasn't started blooming yet. This is a Howden pumpkin. I mean, it's blooming, but I don't see any fruit yet. That is a male flower. You can tell the difference between male and female flowers because the male flowers, this guy here, do not have a fruit behind them. The female flowers do. Now, most all squashes will produce a whole bunch of male flowers at first before they start producing female flowers. So that is a normal thing. We do have a little guy hiding back there. I'm not sure. I'd have to untangle all these vines to see which variety that is. Because we've got another, I think this might also be a Howden. This is some kind of winter squash. I don't know where the label is. Oh, here's the label. Oh, it's a Jack B. Little. And there is one right there, Jack B. Little. This is a Jardale pumpkin. Not really, we've just got Jack B. Littles there. I don't even know if this guy is going to produce any fruit, but we'll hope for that. And this one is a Seminole squash. I don't see any, well, I do see the beginnings of flowers, so we'll see. That might produce later. And then this is a watermelon. And just a couple flowers have started, but I don't know if they got pollinated. We've only had 3 days so far this year where the temperature's been above 85 degrees. And so, you know, the things that really love heat, like the corn and the pumpkins and stuff, and even the tomatoes, it does tend to slow them down a little bit. But it's okay. Our growing season goes through the end of October, so we should be good. Okay, we're going to start by harvesting some of these beautiful dahlias. What have we got here? This variety, so cute, just defending his territory. I think he's a little Jack Russell, super cute. Okay, so these, I don't have a tag for these. These might be one of the ones that we got from the store to pop in place of things that did not bloom. So I don't remember the variety, but these I do know are Moran orange. So many of them. Oh, they're beautiful. These guys are called Tiny Treasures. These guys are called Blizzard. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut these guys out, but you can see all the damage, the leaf damage. I'll cut that out and use it for myself, but that's not something I would give in a bouquet. So some of the ones that don't have as much insect damage we can use, but this guy's just getting started. These guys are slowly coming along. They're a little slower, but I'm fine with that. This one is Wine-Eyed Jill, which I'm really looking forward to. You can see where I pinched it. So I'm looking forward to those flowers starting. I can't even read the tags, you guys. They're so down deep. Look at these, though. They're gorgeous. I am so excited to be sharing these this week with my customers. I think they're just going to be so happy to get dahlias. Oh, a lot of damage, though. A lot of insect damage once they're fully open. That's actually not as bad as I thought. So the first couple ones are kind of, I wasn't as much of a fan, but these are pretty. Yeah, these are so fun. This is Bride to Be. See if I can find a tag for this one since we're close to the front. I'm not sure. The tag is not where it should be. This one is White Nettie. She's not blooming yet, but it looks a lot like this, only white. Yeah, when we go to put these guys to bed, I'll be able to label them better. Look at that. Gorgeous. The tags are here, but they are buried deeply under the plants. Like that's Fatima. This one right here. Yeah, so I'm going to put some more permanent tags up so that I can know these varieties. Not that it really matters because the customers, I'm not giving them names, but yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and get these guys harvested. Real quick aside, these stems are way shorter than I would normally cut, but the zinnias are still very small. These, because they're super short stems, are still fine to use in a vase arrangement, so I'm not going to waste them. I'll use them in my arrangement today. But generally, I want to get really, really long stems, which is why we harvested the dahlias so deep. So even though we sacrifice some side branching, those dahlias are super tall. They'll just send up more and more and more side branches and give us more and more blooms. Same thing will happen with these zinnias, but if I don't harvest these, even if I don't use them, I'll just cut them off and basically deadhead them, then they won't give me taller and taller stems and more branches. So that's why we're taking small stems. Even though I can't use these in my market bouquets, they'll go great in a vase arrangement. We got a bunch of buckets of beautiful flowers, and here's what I made with them. This was actually the last arrangement I made. This is just for us. This is all the leftovers, but I think it's really pretty. I love the color combination. This one right here, second to last. More leftovers. We had so many. And here is the custom bouquet for the special order that I need to deliver in a few moments. And some of our CSA bouquets here. I just love this. So we've got the orange, white, and yellow blend here. And then we've got pinks with the snapdragons. They just cross both lines. This I think it's a champagne snapdragon, is so great because it works with pinks and oranges and yellows. I just love it. So I need to go make this delivery really quick. And then we have 2 more projects to wrap up the day. Alrighty, next up is some of our garlic. So this is the soft neck garlic. Now, technically we could braid this, but I don't have a lot of spaces in the kitchen where I want to braid and let it hang. So instead we are going to trim off all of the roots, cut the stem off, pull off the outer dirty parts of the paper, and then we'll have fresh, clean bulbs to put in our little garlic basket. So the hardneck need probably another week, maybe 10 days to lose all of their green and be ready to store. Softneck tend to store longer than hardneck garlic, but both will probably last you for almost a year. The softneck definitely a little bit longer. So that ended up being 30 heads of this soft neck garlic, and you can see there's still a little bit of green here. So I am going to put this in the kitchen, but I'm going to leave it out before I store it. And then we have 2 heads of elephant garlic. Probably got just as much hard neck, if not a little bit more, that still needs to dry. But yeah, this will go on a towel in the kitchen for another probably week till this completely dries up, and then we will store it in our bin. Final project for today is working with our strawberries. So like a month or 2 ago, maybe more, 2 months ago, I tacked down some of the runners. This plant's putting off tons of runners. I tacked a couple of them down into pots, which then will root the runner into the pot, and then you can cut away the original runner from the mother plant, and now you have, and this one's even trying to send out its own runners, but we're going to disconnect. Now you have whole new strawberry plants. So we are going to pot these guys, we're going to plant them today, and set up new ones, because these strawberry plants are so productive. They are putting out tons of runners, and I want to give them the chance to keep reproducing, because they're super productive plants, and I think that means that their babies will be super productive as well. So let's see, we didn't succeed with this one, which is fine. We'll just use this and put a new one in there. We've got 2 so far, and you can see this is a runner from the strawberry plant. Some of these old leaves. It forms a new plant here, and these are all like little rootlets. And if you put that into soil, it will root and create another plant. And then all you have to do is attach it. I usually put a little staple in here, a makeshift staple, so that you can kind of hold it down so that the roots stay in touch with the soil. Then they grow in, and then once they are rooted in, you can disconnect them like we just did, and you'll have whole new plants. So we are going to create new plants. I'm cutting off these runners here. We're going to create new plants off of the other strawberry plant, which is the other strawberry container, which is over there, to give this container a chance to kind of rejuvenate itself. And we still have a couple pots here. This one I will disconnect. Yeah, it's crazy. Even the new ones are sending out their own runners. So just like with other things with plants, right now, these plants are putting all of their energy into sending out runners, not into producing other berries, which is fine. These are honeoy berries, which are a June-bearing strawberry plant, which means they pretty much do most of their berries once a year. Little spider crawling on there. And then they're done. But sometimes you can get a second crop later in the year. So far we've got 4 strawberry plants, which is perfect to go put in our new location. So we're going to set up a new batch of strawberry runners. I've already got pots over here that have been soaking in water, so they're nice and loose, and I don't even have any staples on me, but I think since this is nice and close, it'll work just fine. The other ones I had to elevate a little bit because they were too tall, like this one. So we'll just flip this over, set this pot on top, and pop that in there. Here's another one. I am going to cut this additional runner off 'Cause like I said, we want it to put energy into creating roots, not sending out more runners. Okay, we've got 2 more. Now, I kind of moved these underneath the shade of the strawberry plant a little bit so that while they're trying to set roots, they're not having to battle with a lot of heat and too much direct sun. There we go. And of course, they will get more water than I give everything else because they don't yet have root systems. So here is one of my multi-use green stalks. Right now it's got pineapple salvia in it, which has been here for a couple of years. It's got some peppers in it, which are doing okay. A bunch of violas, which are still pumping out flowers. So I'm thinking, based on how productive these strawberry plants have been, that I'm going to go ahead and convert, not this moment, but start converting this whole tower into just another strawberry tower. Those particular strawberries are super productive, way more productive than the ones in my other green stalk that's a strawberry tower, and I'm thinking of replacing all of those with honeoy. And I can do it if I, for very little cost, if I just keep making plants off of the runners of the mother plant. So we, in this top tier, we have some peppers that I'm going to leave. This is a Pasilla Bajío. Same with this one. So we have these 2 peppers I'm going to leave. I'm going to give them a little extra soil and some fertilizer. And then we're going to put some fertilizer in these 4 pockets. And we have 4 strawberry plants to put in there. So they'll be great. And we have plenty of soil here. So let me get this project done. Well, there we go. It's a start. Actually, I'm really happy with that. They had really good root systems going in, so I think they'll have no problem adapting because I didn't even have to disturb the root balls at all to get them planted. So we will just keep working on creating more plants with the runners, and we'll slowly fill this whole thing. I don't even mind if I have to pull out a couple of peppers. They're not doing that great anyway. I mean, we're getting some, but I'll be fine if we can replace the whole thing with highly productive strawberries, basically for free. It's so fun. So this is, like I said, the honey oil variety. I have never had a strawberry variety be this productive. Huge berries, tons of them, every plant big and full and deep green, producing tons of runners, like really, honestly, the best strawberry plants I've ever had. And I will be happy to get rid of the ever-bearing ones that are in the other green stock because those, they do produce, but you know, sporadically throughout the year, and they're very small. Yeah, just not comparable at all. So the reason I like to grow strawberries elevated, like either in the green stock or in like those wine barrels, is that in the past I've grown them in the ground, but they would usually get completely destroyed, the berries themselves, by slugs and the plants too. And it was really hard to keep them clean and vermin free. So even when I would put straw underneath the plants for the berries to rest on, it just wasn't enough. They would just get like riddled with slug holes and we wouldn't get a harvest. This way, they tend to dangle off the side of either the green stock or those containers, and it's hard for the slugs to get to them. On the rare occasion that you leave one a little too long where it's overripe, one slug may have made its way down the stalk to that berry, but for the most part, they're ripening up in the air, and so it makes sure I get almost 100% of the harvest for ourselves and not for the slugs. Okay, guys, that's going to be it for me today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you have a wonderful time in your garden, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.